What's up, boy? It's your boy, Genuine Brooks. You can find me on Facebook or Squash, my YouTube channel, so we can chop it up. Real quick, I just want to debunk a talking point that's said by certain people, I want to say in the Latino community, that's now claiming hip-hop is a Bronx thing. It's from the Bronx. You're not from the Bronx, you can't say anything because you're not from the Bronx. You know how stupid that sounds? You know how desperate you gotta, you know how much of a reach that is? You know how people cannot accept the fact that hip-hop was an invention solely by African Americans. That's what it is. There is no, oh, it's the Bronx culture. No. It's just so happened, but they don't understand what you're calling hip-hop already existed. The elements of rap music and hip-hop have already existed in music that black people already was playing. So it's from the Bronx. If that's the case, why don't you apply other music genres that come from particular areas? Why don't you apply that in the same? Why don't you apply that same logic when it comes to other music? Rock and roll, jazz started in New Orleans. So if someone's not from New Orleans that does jazz music, is it okay to say that they can't really be of the culture because they're not from New Orleans? Now, does this make any sense? This is how desperate they are. They can't accept the fact that hip-hop is black music. It's black music. Like, it is. They don't want to accept that. It's black music. Everything about it is black music. Everything about it. From the slang, from how people dress. People don't want to accept the fact that they come to America and they are influenced by the very black people that they hate. That they low-key can't stand. But it's something about the culture that they just can't, shake. So it's very illogical to say, oh, well, it's a Bronx thing. That's just your way of trying to deny giving credit to black people. So you got to say, well, it's a Bronx thing. It has nothing to do with Puerto Ricans or Latino people. So what? And Latino people got into hip-hop later on because they had their own music already. They later on started to do the black thing. They started listening to, started doing the things that black people were doing. Nothing wrong with that. And they just can't accept that. That's a no. Like they can't settle for that. They can't. It has to be more than that. Oh, it's a Bronx thing. It's not just a Bronx thing. It's not. It's black music, period. We was never influenced by no other culture of people. We was never influenced by Latinos. And I'm saying this at 31 years old. Growing up as a kid, I grew up, of course, I grew up in the early 2000s. So that means I grew up with 50 Cent, the G-Unit, the Cam'rons. Yeah, we used to wear Amari jeans and we used to wear Timbs and shit like that. We used to wear the big white tees with the headbands, with the do-rag. You feel me? With the Rockaway jeans, the Sean John jeans, with the oversized jersey. That's how we used to dress. And it was from the music. And how we talk was from the music. People don't want to accept the fact that they have been inspired by black people. Why is that a no? So they say, oh, it's a Bronx thing. Okay, well, you were still inspired by black people. Fine. We let you play dumb. If you want to say just a Bronx thing, you were still inspired by black people. Even now today, we set the trend for what's in style today, from music to how people dress. People are imitating us, and that's what they can't, that's what they can't accept, is the imitating. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to use the word imitating, but that's, I got to call it that. All that yo, nigga talk, all that, nigga this, nigga that. Y'all get that from us. So you can't just say, oh, it's a Bronx thing. That makes no sense. Because we will apply the same logic when it comes to other music. Other music that we listen to in this country origins come from particular regions in America. And you would never hear somebody say jazz music is a New Orleans thing. Because you got jazz musicians from all over the country and all over the world. So no one's going to just say jazz music is a New Orleans thing because it was made in New Orleans. No, you're just desperate. You're just that in denial. That's how desperate you are. And this is really ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then if we call you culture vultures, people get upset because this is the core definition of culture, being a culture vulture. Imagine if black Americans said that we created salsa music. Imagine, and we created salsa music because we live in New Jersey. I live in a community where it's nothing but Puerto Ricans and Latino people. So, salsa music, we created salsa music because I was hanging with a bunch of Puerto Ricans, and we got it from them. So we helped create salsa music because we was living next to Puerto Ricans. Y'all invited us to the party. So we helped create salsa music. Like, come on, you feel me? This is how stupid people actually sound. Like, their logic makes no sense. You can't be this desperate. That's desperation right there. Or it's a Bronx thing. You're just desperate. Like, you see what I'm saying? And in denial. You just can't accept you can't just say that it has you can't say that you were inspired by black people. And this is why we call people racist, because of your behavior. Because of your behavior. And people get upset when we call you racist. Because this is what the racists do. This is what the colonizers do. It's stupid to say hip-hop is just a Bronx thing. That makes no sense. It makes zero sense. What you're calling hip-hop is black music, period. That's it. Yes, other people of other cultures of people of different ethnicities participate in this art form, and we understand that, but they themselves know that hip-hop is black music. It's like jazz, it's like R&B, and just like rock music, and just like country music. Well, they can hide that. They can hide country music, and y'all can hide rock. You feel me? Y'all can hide that, because the sound don't even sound what it was when we were the ones doing it. But for the most part, like R&B, pretty soon, they're going to be telling us that they helped create R&B. Because it's J-Lo. Yeah, because it's J-Lo. Because J-Lo got on a song and she helped create R&B. You know, this is what they're going to start saying pretty soon. And then next, they're going to start saying they created jazz music. Then next, it's just going to be like they just never want to give credit when it's due. Never. It's like people suffer from insecurity issues. You have to say it's from the Bronx as a coping mechanism. That's how you cope. So it's a Bronx thing. No, that's just your way of coping, of living in denial. That you've been inspired by black people. And everything about your swag is off the influence of a black person. That's what Channel Mac is. That yo talk. All of that in him is a black man. All of it. Channel Mac will fuck me up on the phone. I wouldn't even know he was Chinese or somebody, one of the homeboys. One of the homies. You see what I'm saying? He sounds like a brother. Channel Mac literally sounds like a brother. You got Latinos now who rap, who sound like they're black. We was never influenced by your community. Never. Never. And this was some people can't accept. And I'm not saying that to big ass up or anything like that, you know, but that's really the truth. And anybody could come across this video know, like, what I'm saying is the truth. Like, we as black folks have always had our own thing, own dances, own fucking you name it, from fashion, from what's trending. We set the foundation for what's in style, and that's really what it is. And people can say this and that, and like, nah, like y'all can't have that. So I'm gonna land my plane, and the idiots that say hip hop is just a Bronx thing, you're a fucking fool, and you're just showing how desperate you are to deny the simple fact that you've been influenced by black folks. To claim it's just a Bronx thing, if you're not from the Bronx, like it's Bronx culture, nah, it's not. It's being a tether at this point. That's tethering at this point. Or is it a Bronx thing? Doesn't matter how much you want to say it's from the Bronx, and you are still influenced and inspired by black people in America. I don't know why it trips some people out. I don't know what this messes with them. But it might have to do with the anti-black spirit that's within them. And the insecurities that's within them. The jealousy that's within them. Because now this is almost as a form of jealousy at this point. That you just can't say you were inspired by black people. So you gotta say it's a Bronx thing. That's what that dumbass Randy is doing. It's a Bronx thing. But then none of them can tell us or show us the elements of hip hop in any of the music that they listen to. They got an answer for everything. But then when you listen to music that we already was playing, you can see elements of hip hop in it. You don't see elements of hip hop in their music. That's just a fact. That kills the argument right then and there. But they still got an answer for everything. And when you got an answer for everything, that means you're lying. That just means you're lying. My grandmother told me that. My grandmother used to always say all the time, whenever somebody has an answer for everything, they're not telling the truth. And clearly, whenever we are able to poke holes and debunk everything that they claim, they still have to come up with some type of illogical answer. But it is what it is. That's all I say about the shit about it.